Hi, hello. I am Guru Swami. Welcome to AP Model School, Kevipalli, Chittoor district. Today's our topic is communication skills. The word communication comes from the Latin word communicare, meaning to share. Then go to the importance of communication. Parts of a communication has three important parts, that is, first one is transmitting. The sender transmits the message through one medium or another. Second one is listening. The receiver listens or understanding the message. Third one is feedback. The receiver conveys their understanding of the message to the sender in the form of feedback to complete the communication cycle. Then the next program is the various elements of communications are sender, communication, channel, receiver and feedback. What is a sender? The person beginning the message, the information that conveys the wants to convey. Then go to communication and channel. The means which is the information is sent. The person, receiver, the person to whom the message is sent. Feedback, the receiver's acknowledgement and response to the messages. Then go to another topic, that is types of communications. First one is we can be divided into two parts, that is verbal communication, non-verbal communication and visual communication. So now let us going to discuss about verbal communication. Verbal communication is the sharing of information by using words. For example, face-to-face conversation, when you can see the listener. Group discussion, talking to family members at home. Conversation with public through speeches, talking on phone, classroom teaching, business discussion and public speech and so on, etc. Then go to second one, non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is the message we send to the others without using any words. Now let us going to barriers to effective communication. What is effective communication? We know that there are different methods of communication, non-verbal, verbal and visual. However, all these methods can only be effective if we follow the basic principles of professional communication skills. That is, these can be abbreviated as 7 C's, that is clear, concise, concrete, correct, coherent, complete and courteous. Now let us going to barrier to effective communication. There are so many barriers are there: physical barriers, linguistic barriers, interpersonal barriers, organizational barriers, cultural barriers. Now let us going to discuss about one by one. That is, first one is physical barriers. Physical barriers is the environmental and natural conditions that act as a barrier in communication in sending message from sender to receiver. Then go to second one, linguistic barriers. The inability to communicate using a language is known as language barrier to communication. Then third one is interpersonal barriers. Barriers to interpersonal communication occur when the sender's message is received differently from how it was intended. Then go to organizational barriers. Organizations are designed on the basis of formal hierarchical structures that follow performance standards, rules and regulations, procedures, policies, behavioral norms, etc. Last one, cultural barriers. Cultural barriers is when people of different cultures are unable to understand each other's customs, resulting in convenience and difficulties. Then Ways to overcome barriers to effective communication: use simple language, that is, do not form assumptions on culture, religion, or geography. Try to communicate in person as much as possible. Use visual. Take help of translator to overcome differences in language. Finally, be respectful of others' opinions. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to our AP Model School KV Pali. Thank you one and all.